Researchers, have you heard of the PTSD Repository? Reviewing the existing literature on treatment of post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, can be overwhelming and time-consuming. The PTSD Repository saves you time by providing succinct, up-to-date data from existing PTSD treatment studies all in one place, so it's available to use in ways that support your research goals. Whether you want to identify gaps in the literature, conduct a systematic review, or perform a meta-analysis, the PTSD Repository can help. The National Center for PTSD developed the PTSD Trials Standardized Data Repository, or PTSD Repository, to allow users access to study-level data from published PTSD clinical trials. The data is updated twice a year, and currently includes more than 300 variables from hundreds of randomized controlled trials, or RCTs, on PTSD treatment in adults. Let's explore a few different ways to use the PTSD Repository. On the For Researchers page, you can view data stories that will help you learn about the data and where to start, including how to use the data to perform a meta-analysis. Access the data catalog to see all datasets, or visit the reference guide to read brief descriptions of treatments found in the PTSD Repository. The About story provides detailed information about inclusion criteria for clinical trials to be added to the PTSD Repository. Before downloading or interacting with the data, you can view how are the data organized. This story explains key information about the data, including unique study identifiers and treatment codes. There is also a summary of each dataset in the PTSD Repository. You can link to datasets specific to study characteristics, sample characteristics, study interventions, or PTSD and related outcomes. You'll also find a dataset with Cochrane's Risk of Bias 2 ratings for each trial included in the PTSD Repository. Additionally, you have the option to interact with the data or download it to use in your own research. Start by clicking Data in the top menu bar to access the data catalog, which lists all content in the PTSD Repository. Once you select a dataset, you can interact with the data, creating visualizations including charts and graphs, or export or download data directly into different formats, such as CSV or XLSX, for your own research. Whether you want to conduct a meta-analysis or simply learn more about the current landscape of the PTSD treatment literature, the PTSD Repository gives you access to data across decades of clinical trials, saving you time. Visit the PTSD Repository today at ptsd.va.gov/PTSD Repository. If you need help navigating the PTSD Repository or have questions about the data, email ncptsd@va.gov. This video was brought to you by the Department of Veterans Affairs, National Center for PTSD.